topic is tenses. Tenses is defined as a form of verb that gives the relation between time and action. Tenses is derived from the Latin word tempus. Tempus means time, and from there comes tenses. Time is the duration of work and action is the work done. So, tense gives the time when the action is done. There are three phases of time: present, past, and future. Now, each tense is further divided into four forms, that is, simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. If we are talking about present tense, then simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous, and so on. With the past will go for, and with future also it will go the same. So let's understand each phase with their different forms. So let's begin with the present tense. In present tense, the first phase is simple present. Simple tense or simple present tense. Simple present tense is used in the following ways. It is used to express habitual action, habit or custom. It is used to talk about a general or universal truth. It also indicates a future event which is a part of a plan or arrangement. Means something which you have already planned and arrangements have been made for it. Simple present is also used in introducing quotes. It also used with vivid narration as a substitute for the simple past. For example, Ravana fights bravely, but he is killed in the end. So Ravana fights bravely. It is a simple present tense is also used in exclamatory sentence that begins with here or there. So, simple present tense describe an action, an event or condition which is occurring in present at the moment of speaking or writing. It describes your present action or condition, talks about general truth, and non-action or habitual actions like something which you like and dislike. And the structure of the sentence will be subject plus V1 with S or ES. V1 means base form of verb to be used with S or ES depending on the subject plus object of the sentence. So, I hear you. So, with I goes V1, so it's here. The sun rises. The sun is singular subject, so verb will be rise plus S, rises. Next is present progressive. Progressive is a term used for continuous tense. Now, the present continuous tense is used for an action which is in progress and the continuity of the action. She is playing tennis. It is also used with an action that is not happening at the time of speaking but is in progress. He is working in an MNC school. Right now that action is not happening, but this is something we are talking about which is happening. An action that has been pre-arranged to take place in near future. Certain action which we have planned, which is going to happen in near future. The wedding is going to take place on Sunday. I am going to attend the class tomorrow. So, am going and is going are the words which we can use for some action which has been planned, which arrangements have been made in near future. Continuous tense is also used with some persistent or undesirable habit. Using the adverb like always, continually, constantly. He is constantly teasing me. Right? So, teasing is in continuous tense and he is constantly teasing me is the example. So, present progressive tense calls attention to the continuing nature of an act, event or condition. The sentence structure is subject plus is-am-are plus V1 plus ing form of verb plus object. Now, activity, present progressive tense is used in activity in progress or verbs of perception. Verbs of perception means what you are feeling. I think he is feeling sad. So he is feeling is a perception. So whenever we have perception, at that time also we use present progressive tense. Now the third phase of present tense is present perfect tense. Present perfect tense is used to express an action that has recently been completed. She has just taken tea. It also used to describe an action whose time is not given. Have you read Shakespeare? So here when you have read, the time is not clear, but still. To describe past event whose effects still exist. Some past action whose effects still exist. To describe action that started in the past and are continuing until now and possibly will continue in the future also. It has started in the past, it's continuing, and it might take some more time to finish in future. Now, sometimes it is also used to show how a past situation relates to the present. So, present perfect tense is used to describe the action that began in the past and continues into the present or has just been completed at the moment of utterance. We should use the present perfect tense. And the subject sentence structure will be subject plus has have plus V3 form of verb plus object. He has lived. So has or have depends on the subject. Singular subject takes has, plural subject takes have. Lived is a V3 form of the verb. So he has lived here for many years. To express habitual or continued actions like he has worn glasses all his life. So this is an habitual action which the action has been started long. It's continuing in the future and it might the action started in the past, continues in the present and might continue for a long time in future also. The last phase of present tense is present perfect progressive tense. Present perfect progressive tense is also called present continuous tense. So present perfect continuous tense is used to describe an action that begin in the past and is still continuing. To express an action already completed but whose effect is still continuing. The sentence structure of this is subject plus has been or have been plus V1 plus ing form of the verb. Verb plus ing plus object of the sentence. Manish has been working for 2 hours and he hasn't finished yet. Means he is working from 2 hours and his work is not completed yet, so it's going to continue in future also. So here we take a short recap about simple present, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous tense or progressive tense. Simple present is something that indicates the habit or the action which is routine or universal truth. Present continuous talks about the action which is happening on the time. Present perfect talks about the action which has just ended at the time of utterance or is going to continue for some more time, and it has started from the past and it will continue for some more time in future. And present perfect progressive tense has started from the past, it's still continuing in the future and is going to it's continuing in the present and it is going to continue in the future also. Now let's move to the second part of the tenses, that is past tense. So in past tense, first is simple past. Simple past is used to indicate an action that happened in the past and to report completed action. It is often used in recounts and narratives. When you recount something or you narrate your experience, you use simple past tense. We closed the shop at 8 p.m. She met me last year. Simple past tense is also used to indicate past habit or repeated events that are now over. It also describes the habitual past, by using used to. Sometime to talk about the habitual past, the something habit which we have in past, but no, it's not now in present. So we can say used to. She used to drink tea in the morning, but now she is not drinking. Simple past is sometimes used with an adverb of time. In such case, the time may be either implied or indicated by the context. I learned Punjabi in Chandigarh. Now, the sentence structure of simple past is subject plus V2 form of verb and the object. We visited the museum yesterday. And this V2 form of verb mostly ends with ed. Right? It mostly ends with ed, except in some cases. The next is past progressive or past continuous tense. Past continuous tense is used to indicate an action that was happening at some time in the past. The time of action may or may not be indicated, but something which is happening in the past. It is also used with always, continually, etc. for present habits or the past. He was always sulking. He was always late to school. The past continuous is used for an action that was going on during a given period or at a period of time in the past. In the past, one action is ongoing. At that time, some other action is also ongoing. So, the second action could be described as past continuous tense. So, to express an action which were going on at particular time in the past, we should use the past progressive tense. And the sentence structure of past progressive is subject plus was were plus V1 plus ing plus object. Now, past perfect tense. Past perfect tense is used to indicate the actions that took place and were completed in the past. The past perfect is often used to emphasize that one action, event or condition ended before another past action or event or condition began. When there are two actions happening in the past, so the first action is described with past perfect and the second one with simple past or past continuous. And the past perfect is used to indicate an action that was completed before a definite time. In past only, it started at the particular time in the past and ended at a particular time in the past. It also indicates desires in the past that have not been fulfilled. There are certain desires and it is not fulfilled. To describe that things, you can use past perfect tense. It expresses those conditions of the past that were impossible to fulfill. Certain conditions which were impossible to fulfill. That also could be described with past perfect tense. Now, the next is past perfect progressive or continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense is used to indicate an action which began in the past and continued up to a certain point of time in the past. The rules, it's like simple thing. When we met in Lucknow, she had been studying in City College for 3 years. So it is describing an action which began in the past and it continued up to a certain point of time in the past. It also describes the action in the past began before another past action began. To describe an action continued for some time in the past before some other action took place in the past. And the sentence structure is subject plus had been plus V1 plus ing plus object. We had been making a noise for 3 hours. Right? So, after 3 hours something else happened, but for 3 hours continuously what was happening? They were making noise. I had been studying for 3 hours. You had been suffering from fever since Tuesday. So, these are all the examples of past perfect progressive tense. So, in past tense we learn simple past, past continuous, past perfect progressive tense. So, simple past is something, the action which had started in the past and completed in the past. Past continuous, an action which was continuing at a particular point of time in past. Past perfect, the action started in the past, continued for a longer time and then ended. And past perfect progressive is the action continued for some time in the past before another action took place. Now let's move to the third tense, that is future tense. So first is simple future. Simple future tense is used to say what we believe or think will happen in future. When you believe something that this is going to happen. or something which we think will happen in future. To describe the action that will take place after the act of speaking or writing, we should use simple future. And the sentence structure is subject plus will or shall plus we-one plus object. We will come in your house. Now will and shall. Will talks about the certainty. When you use will in your sentence, it shows certainty of the action to going to be happened. Shall is used when you are not sure. It may or it may not, the action may take place or may not take place. We shall come in your house. So it's not fixed, that it's not like we are planning it, but it's not a fixed thing. But if I say we will come in your house, means it's a certain thing and it's going to happen. Nowadays, we use will only. In Old English, we were using shall with I and we. Compulsorily with I and we always use shall. And with all other subject, we use will. Let's move to the another, that is future progressive tense or future continuous tense. This tense is used to indicate an action that will occur in the normal course or to indicate an action that will be in progress at a given point of time in the future. So, she will be cooking the food tomorrow. As an example of it, at this time tomorrow we shall be attending the party. So, something which is going to happen just after some time, or we can say what we will be doing exactly at the point of time in the future. So, both the things could be described using future continuous tense. The sentence structure will be subject plus will or shall plus be plus we-one plus ing plus object. So, the subject will be she will be cooking the food tomorrow. So, she plus will plus be plus cooking plus food tomorrow. Now, future perfect tense. This tense is used to describe an action which will be completed at some point of time in future. Now, in future only it will start and it will complete at some point of time. I shall have finished this work by tomorrow. So, मैं कल ही शुरू करूँगी and then I'll complete it at the next day, so tomorrow. The sentence structure will be subject plus will have or shall have plus V3 form plus object. It's used to express an action that will be completed by or before a specific time in the future. By next month, we will have finished this job. He won't have finished his work until 2. Now, future perfect progressive tense. Future perfect progressive tense is used to describe an action that will be in progress over a period of time that will end in the future. An action which will start in future and will continue for some period of time in future only. And this tense is rarely used. We never use such type of tense. The sentence structure will be subject plus will or shall plus have plus been plus V1 form of the base form of the verb with ing. First form means V1 plus ing plus object. At noon, Anuradha will have been singing songs for an hour. So, in afternoon, which is a future thing. At that time, Anuradha will start singing a song and she will continue till 1 hour. So, this is future perfect progressive tense. So, I hope you all understood all the three tenses: present, past and future. I hope you liked it and you understood it well. Thank you very much. For your query, you can WhatsApp me on my personal. Thank you, students.